We met when we were in high school, different high schools, at the $1 Million Duck and the Cockeyed Cowboys of Calico County drive-in movie. We dated and fell in love and got married when we were 18.
You're 18, you shouldn't be getting married. We're both 18. But we knew what we wanted and we were determined, so we got married. And really, to be honest, we were always very much in love, but we just didn't get along. We butted heads all the time.
About that time, I went to Africa for some months to work on a construction project. And while I was gone, we both started smoking dope, and neither of us had any real Christian background at that time.
So when he left for Africa, it was kind of one of those things like, whew, you know, and so kind of a relief and not as much stress for me.
I came back after 3.5 months, and while we loved each other, we made each other crazy, and so this is not going to work. We picked a date randomly 6 weeks in advance when I was just going to move out that day, no matter what, even if I had to live in a car. And so that was a particular weekend, and on Wednesday or Thursday of that week, I get a phone call from my brother. Hey, I got out of the Marines early, and I'm heading to Bible college in Colorado, and I want to stop in and see you for a couple of days. Great, just what we need. You know, we got dope growing in the garage, and my brother had gotten saved while he was in the Marines, which was absolutely insane for me. I just would have not thought that could happen.
What I noticed about his brother David was no judgment. The very first morning that he got there, we get a phone call like at 7 o'clock in the morning, and it was Michael's buddy from Africa that had come back to the States for a while. Oh, come on over. So he comes over like at 7 o'clock in the morning. We all get stoned and then go to breakfast. And David comes up and says, you guys just go ahead and I'll watch Travis for you. No condemnation, just fine, you know. And I remember us laughing and making fun of him because here he was stuck at the house with the kid and we were out having a good time. And for 3 days, that's just the way he was.
What we didn't know was that he was staying up all night for those 3 nights praying for us. On that Sunday night, after watching Columbo, 10 o'clock at night, I said, so why are you doing all these crazy things? The stories that he related, the chain of events that he related, it was absolutely impossible to deny that there was some greater thing, you know, influence in his life. And so about 2 o'clock that night, we said, so what must we do to be saved? And so my brother led us to the Lord, you know, that night.
What a blessing when you think of 2 18-year-olds that start a family and don't have 2 nickels to rub together, and how far from where we were to what our kids have grown and our grandkids. That is just such a blessing.
I thank my God that my brother was, that scripture where God is going to use the foolish things of this world to confound the wise. Well, that was a perfect example of how God was able to use my brother and, lead us to the Lord when we didn't even know we needed it.
He has been so present in our lives that we're going to have our 50th anniversary shortly. There's no way we would have made it without making him the center of our lives.